Hello. Just waiting for some people to hop on. There's somebody. Hello. Hey, Michelle. Hey, Paige. How are y'all? Hey. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and get started because I don't want to sit here and wait. I'm Lee with the Turquoise Valentine, and we're here tonight to do a little Easter craft. Just something I kind of threw together today and decided I'd get on here and show all of you how to do it. So I'm going to show you what we're going to need, okay? So don't forget my little heart. So if you could send this to your friends, I'd appreciate it. There's a little button down there by the comment bar. There's a little button down there that says this. You do that, I'd appreciate it, so people can find me and learn how to do all these great crafts. So we're going to get started, okay? So what you're going to need is these little wood slices from the Dollar Tree. They sell these in a bag. Whoops. Hobby Lobby also sells these. You can get them there, use a coupon. I think this is where I got mine, but I know that Dollar Tree has them also. So I'm going to set these aside. You're going to need some dull scissors because, again, we're going to use the big jumbo popsicle sticks. I know that's backwards to you. We're going to use these. Are like $2.87 at Walmart. They're the big ones, okay? So we're going to use those as we've used in a previous craft before. We're going to use those. We're going to use 2 little bitty popsicle sticks. You can get these at the Dollar Tree. I know. I see them all the time. You can get those. X-Acto knife. Some jute. Let's see. I might use a little brown paint. I'm not real sure if I'm going to use it or not. And some light pink paint. And an itty bitty bead. Or you could use a button. Or you could use anything like that. But it's a little bitty wood bead that I'm going to use. Okay. But you can, like I said, you can use a button or whatever it is that you might have. If y'all hear any ruckus going on, my dogs are barking and going crazy in there. There's like 6 boys upstairs and they're hooting and hollering and having a good time. So just kind of ignore all that. I've got my door shut and hopefully y'all won't hear them. We're going to use some fabric or you can use ribbon. I'm just going to use fabric because I'm going to tear it into strips. So you can use whatever you have. If you want to use ribbon or something like that, you can. But I'm going to use just this fabric that I already have. Let's see. What else are we going to use? A Sharpie. And some white paint as well. We'll use some white paint. Just a teeny bit. So I bet y'all are wondering what we're going to make with these little wood slices. Well, this is what we're going to make. This little guy. Isn't he precious? He's really cute. You see him? And he's just whoops, he's hopping all over the place. These are just these sticks and these little wood slices. I'm going to do him up real cute and give him some little whiskers and all that kinds of good stuff. So that's my little guy that I made today. And he'd be perfect to sit on a tiered tray, which that's all the rage. Hey, Wendy. Hey, Andrea. That would be all the rage right now is the tiered trays, and he would be perfect to sit on one of the little levels of your trays, okay? So I'm going to set him, let's see, y'all can still see him right there, I think. Y'all don't have to be quiet. You can ask questions, whatever you need to ask or talk or whatever. There he is. Can y'all see him? I think you can. I got him in my view, so I think you can see him. So, let me get me some water. All this talking makes my throat so dry. Because I'm the only one doing the talking. So I wish y'all could hear me. I wish I could talk. I mean, you can hear me, but I wish you could talk back to me. So anyway, so what we're going to do is we're going to take 2 of these. Hey, Shani. We're going to take 2 of these popsicle sticks, the big jumbo popsicle sticks from Walmart, okay? And can y'all see what I'm doing down here? Somebody tell me if you can see, because some of it's going to be done right here where you'll have to look at it down here. Can y'all see this? Let's see. Okay. I'm waiting for somebody to respond and tell me if they can see me. Okay, good. Shani, thank you. Okay, so I'm going to kind of cross them a little bit. And I'm going to take the two that I'm going to use. One's kind of big on the bottom, and I was lucky because this one is kind of flat on the bottom. So this is the bigger one, and then I'm going to use the smaller one on the top for his head, okay? So we're going to do this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the smaller one, and I'm going to lay it down. And I'm going to, like I said, I crossed them. And then I'm going to lay it down where you can kind of see, you know, where the popsicle sticks aren't really sticking off the sides. But I want to leave his ears long enough to where they look like rabbits' ears. So there we go. So we're going to do that. He's going to go there. And then this one, I'm going to lay it right under there on the popsicle sticks, okay? So I'm going to kind of try to get them close together enough to cover up. Hang on. Got to get it fixed like this, okay? Can y'all see that? Hey, Colin. Hey, Patty. How are you? So I got my little things lined up. So I'm going to take my pencil. I forgot to tell you I needed that. And I'm just going to kind of mark about midway into the big slice on my popsicle sticks, okay? So I know where I'm going to cut them off. I don't want them to go all the way down to the bottom, and you'll see why in a minute. So I'm going to move those, and I'm going to take my real dull scissors like we did in another video that I did, where I actually cut these with scissors because they're hey Bill, so they're easy to cut with dull scissors. So these are like an old janky pair of scissors I have. So I'm going to actually cut where I made my mark. Okay. And I'm going to save this for another project. And actually I might if it's the same size, I might can use it for that. I might just do that. So we got our two pieces, and actually was almost in half. Pretty close. So I'm going to put them back down where they were. And then I'm going to put my head back on and look to see if that's about where I want it to be. Okay. And it is. So I'm going to get it fixed like I want it. Okay. Y'all still there? Okay. Get it like I want it. All right. And then I'm going to take those off, and then I'm going to take my hot glue gun. I forgot to tell you were going to do that, but you know, I'll use my hot glue gun with everything. I'm doing good, Patty. How are y'all doing? So I'm going to take my glue gun, and I'm just going to kind of lift up the top popsicle stick and just put a little bead of glue under there. And I'm going to sit here and hold it a minute while it gets hot, while it sets up. Hey, Judy. Hey, Jason. Y'all guys watching, y'all gonna get some craftiness going on. So don't hurt y'all to craft. It's good. My kids crafting when they were young. Okay, so the head's gonna go there and the body's gonna go here. So I got enough room to attach it to both pieces. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna actually cut off some of the pointy parts sticking out, because I don't want it to stick out on the sides of his body. So if you'll see kind of how I did this one. Can y'all see? I know the light's kind of bright. So you're going to kind of cut them off so they won't stick out the side. So again, I'm going to get my big scissors, and I'm going to just kind of, and these will kind of split, so you kind of have to be a little careful. So I cut it off, and then I'm going to cut this one off. Y'all have a good weekend. I did. It was really pretty weather here, and it's supposed to start raining here shortly. Again, it's been raining for a month. Okay, so now you have this. Doesn't look so pretty, but it's going to be on the back, so it's fine. So here's our little guy. Okay, see, there's his ears are coming into shape. So now I'm going to take my pieces back over here, and I'm going to glue that where I think that, you know, I want the head to kind of be where the ears are tall enough. It looks like, hey Brenda, where it looks like bunny ears, okay? So let me get it fixed where I want it. Okay, so I'm going to pick this up, and I'm just going to put some more hot glue under there. And then I'm going to just hold that down for just a second. So if you're just coming on, we're using these little wood cut slices from the Dollar Tree. These are from Hobby Lobby, but Dollar Tree does have them for $1. It's a really good deal. You get a whole bag for $1. We're using the jumbo popsicle sticks again, like we did. They come from Walmart, $2.87 a pack, I believe. But like I said, you can get a lot of crafts out of this one pack. So we're using these again tonight. I know I've used them in the past on another live that we did. So so I think that's set up. So now you have this. See, he's coming along. Okay. So now I'm going to glue the big bottom piece, and like I was telling everybody who jumped on in the beginning, so this, and then we're going to glue this. So what you want to do is you want to pick a piece that's bigger on the bottom and then the top, obviously, because your head's smaller than the rest of your body. So we're just going to turn this around, and we're going to glue the bottom now to the bottom of our sticks, okay? So I'm just going to take my glue gun again, and I'm going to put some glue, and then we're going to press that down. Thank you, Patty. I would appreciate it if you could do this and send it to your friends. Anybody you think that would like to see this kind of stuff. I'm doing, lives regularly. So you can tell them about my page and tell them to hop on over and see some stuff. So never know what I'm going to come up with. I come up with this little guy today, and I was like, well, I got to jump on tonight and show these guys how to make this little rabbit. But he's perfect for little tier trays or little shelf sitters, or you could do this with your kids. It'd be great. You'd have to help them with the glue gun, of course, but be great. They would love it because you could personalize it in all kinds of different ways. Okay, so now my glue is set up. Here he is. And yes, you can kind of see the sides where the jumbo popsicle sticks are, but we're going to cover that up when I cover it up with the ribbon, so you don't see it there. So, okay, so here he is. So now we got to give him some feet. That's where the little regular size popsicle sticks come in, okay? So if you go to Dollar Tree, they have them all the time. I see these a lot. So we're going to make him some feet like I did here, okay? So I'm going to kind of hold it up there and see about how much I want to use. So what I want to do is I want to make his foot stick out, but I don't want it to go all the way to the back of the piece of wood, because I'm going to put another piece of the big popsicle stick to kind of give him some stability in the back. So you can see what I'm talking about here. So here's his feet, here's the bottom, and then that piece in the back just helps him stand up, because these are round and this one just happens to be flat. So that just gives him a little stability. So I'm just going to glue the feet about halfway through the piece of wood, okay? Oh, I love you too, son. That's my son, Colin. He's at college. Okay. So I'm going to figure out how far I want his little feet to stick out. These are not sticking out, but just a little bit. So I'm just going to, and I don't measure. I call myself an eyeballer. I'm trying to get comfortable in this chair. So I eyeball everything and just kind of see how I want it to look. So I'm going to just kind of measure and kind of put my finger where I want to cut these. So I'm going to get my dull, janky scissors, and I'm just going to cut it. And hope it doesn't go flying across the room, or hope it doesn't split like this one just did. Oh, and it went flying over here. So see, this one split. So I'm just going to turn it around. I'm going to do the other end. I'm going to look right here and see how long I made it, and hope it doesn't split. Maybe if I turn it around this way. You can see I'm just cutting. These are a little more difficult to cut, and you wouldn't think so because they're smaller. But the bigger ones are a little softer. So see, now there's one foot, and I'll get my other stick, and I'm just going to kind of measure to see how long I want it based on the other one. So I'm just going to, it goes flying. Okay. And it split too. So now we're going to cut the other side. You just kind of have to try sometimes. Sometimes things fail. You try things and it fails, and it's like, oh, well, I'll just start over and do something else. Sometimes you have happy fails, though, and it turns into something else. Okay. So that one didn't split. So now I have my little feet. Okay. So I'm going to take them and I'm going to glue them to the bottom. Like I said, I'm going to glue them about halfway through the piece of wood. I'm not going to go all the way to the back. So I'm going to just go, I know it's hard for y'all to see, I'm just going to go halfway down. I'm not going to go all the way to the back, okay? All right, so I'm going to do that. So I'm going to get my glue gun again and just put me a little bead of glue and just kind of figure out where they need to go. I'm going to hold it there for just a second. Like I said, it only needs to go about halfway. Don't go all the way to the back because we got to put that little piece on that's going to kind of prop him up, okay? So then here is my other little piece. I'm going to glue it on. And if you want to paint these pieces before and do them white or, you know, gray, brown, whatever you want to do. But I actually went back and kind of gave him that little bit of a stained look with the paint. So we may end up doing that too. Depends on how much time we have. Okay. So he's got feet now. Let's see if he's going to stand up. No, he's not going to stand up by himself. So I am going to use, and of course, when I made that frame the other night with all the little, these popsicle sticks, the giant ones, if y'all remember, I cut those with dull scissors too. And of course, if you're a crafter, you don't throw anything away. So I have a whole basket of these little ends that I've done projects and I've cut off some of the ends. And I don't throw those away because I'll end up using them for something else. So I am going to find one, let's see. Here's just the end of one. So I'm going to take it and I'm going to kind of measure how far I want it to go. So I'm going to kind of just see how far back I want it to go to kind of give him some stability to stand up. So I'm going to just mark it with my finger and then I'll take my old scissors and I'm going to cut it. And it's going to split just like the other one. So we'll just reach over here and get us another one. They're not wanting to cooperate tonight. Sometimes you just have fails, but, you know, it all works out. It'll all work out in the end. Okay. So I'm just going to cut that again. There we go. So now I got my little stability piece, as I call it. So I'm just going to hot glue that onto the back of the bottom, okay? Right behind where the feet are attached, okay? So let me just put some hot glue. Let me put the hot glue on the bunny. That'll be better. Okay. So I'm just going to, whew, can y'all see that smoking? It's so hot, it starts burning that wood. I'm just going to sit here and hold it till it sets up. Brenda, your ears are too big. Well, sometimes you fail. I mean, I'm sure it's not big. Some bunnies have big, long ears. Those big, floppy-eared bunnies. Be fine. Hey, Autumn. Okay. So y'all see what we're making? I moved him out of the camera. Y'all can't see him. There he is. So, all right. So now you have this, and there's his feet, and there's the front side. Okay? His little feet don't look even, but see, he stands up. He's good. So that little piece in the back makes all the difference in the world just for him to stand up. Nobody's going to see it. And the back is not real pretty, but nobody's going to see the back. So, you know, everybody worries about the back. When I cross-stitched when I was a young girl, everybody used to say, oh, you got to make the back look as pretty as the front. No, it's going to be in a frame. It doesn't matter if nobody's going to see it. Hey, Margaret, how are you? Okay, so we got this. Got our ears. We got those little piece that's going to help him stand. We have little popsicle sticks for his feet. And, you know, he's coming along. And now we just got to give him, you know, dress him up a little bit, okay? So, what I'm going to do now is, let's see. This is a piece of this fabric right here. Like I said, you can use ribbon if you choose to. This is just some cotton gingham fabric that I have in my stash. I just took it, cut a little bit, and just tore it to where it kind of looks all frayed like this. But like I said, you can use what you have. Use ribbon, whatever you want to do. You can do this different colors if you don't like the colors I chose. Hey, Charlene. So you can choose whatever it is that you want. So I'm just going to take this, and this is what we're going to use to kind of hide the popsicle sticks on the sides, okay? So I'm just going to kind of wrap it around his front like this. And then I'm going to hot glue it in the back. So, let me get it all fixed. I'm dressing up the bunny, okay? So I'm just going to put a little dot of hot glue. I'm going to put my finger protector on so I won't burn myself, because it's terrible if you do that. It's so hot. Like I said, when I put it on this wood, it starts smoking. It's just really, really, really hot. But these are awesome. They're little finger protectors. You can get them on Amazon. I think I got these at the Dollar Tree, actually. They have them if you can find them. Sometimes. So I'm just going to wrap it around his front. And it's going to wrap all the way around to the back. Like this. And then I'm just going to cut off what I don't need and put that to the side. Get my glue gun, and I'm going to put another dot there. I'm just going to kind of pull it around and hold that down till it sets up. Y'all guys are quiet. If you got any questions, feel free to ask. You know, if I don't answer them, I'll go back after I'm done and I'll answer your questions, okay? Okay, so now that's the back. Got that all done. See, now he's got like a little, well, it's kind of like a scarf. But that's going to be like his little bow on the front. Okay, so we're getting there. So there he is. Okay, so I went ahead and did this, excuse me, ahead of time. So I wouldn't take up your whole night. But I took 2 pieces of this same material, and you could use ribbon too if you want. Whatever you have, just whatever. It doesn't matter. However you want it to look. This is like, I just took it and put 2 pieces in the shape of an X, and then I took jute and I just went around and tied it in a knot so it stays together. Okay, I did that. So I'm just gonna take it and, oh, that's him. That's not the one I'm working on. This is him. Okay, gonna take it and we're gonna hot glue right there. He's coming along. Got to put a face on our little bunny too. My little thing back on. Stick it down. Hold it till it sets up. You see him? Look at how cute that is. And you can do pastel colors. You can do any colors, okay? I gotta get situated in this chair. All right, let me get me some water. Oh, my mouth gets dry. Okay, there he is. All right, we're getting there. So now he needs a little face. So what we're going to do with that is, I got my Sharpie here, and I'm sure all of you have a Sharpie. And I'm going to just kind of find the place on the face that I want him to be, okay? And it doesn't have to be perfect. Everybody can just draw a little circle and make it I just made mine to like ovals. And if one looks a little bigger than the other, then go back over it and kind of fix it and make them like, see how they look? One's bigger than the other. Just go back over the smaller one and make it a little fatter until you get to where you think they're good and you like them. Whoops. Okay, so there's his little eyes. Okay, so there's that. Now, I bet y'all are wondering what we're going to do for his nose. Okay, see, there's what other one that's done. We're going to put the white in his eyes in a minute because that's paint and it has to dry. So what I did for his nose is I have this box I got on Amazon of all these different beads. You can use a button if you want to, if you can find one small enough. I just took one of the smallest beads, like this size, or like I said, you can use a button. You can take a piece of pink yarn or whatever and kind of wad it up and glue it on. Whatever you have would be fine. So this is a little bitty bead. I don't know if y'all can see it because the light's so bright. But I actually painted it before I came on. I just kind of rolled it in some pink paint in between my fingers and just let it sit and it dried. So what I'm going to do with it is going to take my X-Acto knife and be careful. And I'm going to actually just kind of, it's wood. Whoop. So there it went. It just splits in half. I just barely even put pressure and it split right in half, okay? So now I have 2 pieces. So I'm going to take one of those pieces, and that's what we're going to make his nose with. And we're going to get him some whiskers. So this one, it's got little jute whiskers, and I just kind of made a little bundle with them. Hey, Martha, how are you? Okay, so I'm just going to take my jute. This is kind of thin jute. I ordered it off Amazon. Hey, Christy. There's different types of jute. I have some right here that's it's a lot thicker. You can see it's different. Walmart sells different styles. Hobby Lobby sells all the different kinds of jute from little bitty all the way on up to big rope. So I like this thin to use for certain projects, so I got it off Amazon. So here is the jute. So I'm just going to cut like 3 different lengths of pieces. No rhyme or reason. They don't all have to be the same length. And let me put my little guy out here so everybody can kind of see what we're making. So here is my little pieces of jute for his whiskers. Okay. So now here's a little trick that I kind of made up for myself to kind of keep them together because they kind of want to go all over the place. So I'm going to get my little finger protectors again, and I am going to put a little, let's see, we'll put a dab of hot glue right in the center of my little bundle, just like that, okay? So see, I got a little dab of hot glue on there, and then I'm going to take my fingers, and I'm just going to kind of roll it together and hold it there a second, because it's going to just bind them together, and where they're not rolling all over the place apart. So now I'm going to go and cut off. Got this little piece of glue hanging off to the side. I'm going to cut it off. Okay. That's just a little tip there that I do sometimes. Okay. So I got my little bundle of whiskers. Got glue strings everywhere too. So now I'm just going to take a rabbit, and I'm going to put another dab of hot glue right here where I think his nose and whiskers should be. And I'm going to put this on again. Then I'm going to lay the little bundle of whiskers that I made right down on top. So there it is. Okay. And we can give him a haircut in a minute if one side's longer than the other. See? Okay. So there he is. He's coming along. So then I'm going to take another dab of hot glue and put right there. And take my itty bitty little half bead that I cut. Like I said, you can use a button. You can use whatever you want to use. And get it all fixed. Okay. There he is. And obviously he needs a haircut. I gotta cut those whiskers. So I'm gonna just kind of trim them off just a little. I don't want them all to be the same length. Okay. See? Isn't he cute? And you can kind of work with them and spread them out and try so they'll look kind of like whiskers after you get all the hot glue strings off everywhere. That's what I need to invent, is a hot glue gun that does not have strings. I guess it probably can't be done, or they would have already done it. Okay. So see, look how cute he looks. Okay, got his bow and got his little whiskers. So if some of y'all are just jumping on, hey Kelly, hey Stephanie, we're taking wood slices from the Dollar Tree. You can get them from Hobby Lobby as well. Taking these, my jumbo craft sticks from Walmart, two regular popsicle sticks. You don't really need 2, but you can use each end. And I used some fabric that I tore some strips out of, and some jute, a little bit of paint, and my Sharpie. And we took the popsicle sticks and crossed them in the back and cut them off, and then glued the little slices to it. Glued his little bow on with that little torn fabric and his little whiskers. And now we're going to give him or her or whoever it is a little flower. And you can find these little flowers pretty much anywhere. Dollar Tree has flowers. These are like from that jute's got my nose to itching. These are from the scrapbook section in Hobby Lobby. They come in a little pack. They're just like little, they almost look paper flowers. So I'm just gonna, I say I am. I'm gonna, it won't come out. It wouldn't do it the other night either when I was on the live, but it'll do it when I'm not live. But I'm gonna cut that little wire off the back with my little wire cutters, and now I just have the flower, okay? So I'm just gonna put some hot glue on the back, just like that. And I am going to just stick it right here and hold it a second. See? There it is. There's his feet. There's his little support in the back. And there's his little whiskers. It's coming along. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how I do the whites in his eyes. Because that kind of gives him a little life to him, okay? So I got some white paint, and I'm just going to put barely even a dot on my plate. So, I mean, I barely have any. I don't know if you can see it because it's white, but there's barely just a dot there, okay? I have this little tool that I use. It's a manicure tool that you make dots on nails with, but you can use the top of a pencil, the lead of a pencil. You can use anything like that that'll make a dot. You can use the actual end of a paintbrush, like the end of a paintbrush will make a little dot. Just teeny, teeny, tiny, okay? So I'm just going to dip this into the paint. And I'm going to put 2 little dots in his eyes. And kind of give him a little life, okay? Just where he doesn't look just so blah, kind of. Just give him a little life in his eyes. Okay. So there it is. See how cute that looks? It's all about the details. Hey, Kimberly. Hey, Lisa. It's all about the details. Can you see? Isn't he cute? Okay. So there's our little bunny. Now I have a pair. That's why I didn't use the blue flower because I did it earlier. So I said, well, I should put pink on this one. And this jute and stuff is flying all around. I know y'all can't see it. But there's my little pair of bunnies. So it's cute. This one kind of looks, I kind of unraveled some of the jute. You can unwind the pieces and it will kind of look scruffy like that if you want to do that. Or you can use it for jute and it will do the same thing. This one's just kind of a little thinner. And there he is. So I'll just do a little quick recap of what we did so you'll know. Hey, Mary Beth. Dollar Tree wood slices and big jumbo popsicle sticks. We crossed our popsicle sticks and we glued the wood slices on, and the back of it looks like this. And I kind of cut away the pieces that would stick out on the sides. We cut little bitty pieces of popsicle stick ends for the feet. And then this back piece is an end of one of these. And it kind of gives him some support where he'll stand up and not fall over. Okay? So, are you a lefty? No, I'm not a lefty, Charisse. It's just the camera is backwards. So, I'm actually a righty. This is my right hand. And it's just backwards. So, like, if you'll see this little sign up here to appear, it's backwards. Because my camera, I don't have an iPhone, I have a Samsung. And Facebook and Samsung, I don't know, they don't have a thing to flip it to do a mirror. It's a mirror image instead of it being right. But no, I'm a righty. My son's a lefty, though. So, this is actually written backwards. Believe it or not, a friend of mine did this for me. Kelly did this for me. And it's backwards. And so when I hold it up to the camera, it's right. So there it is. So if y'all will please do this and send me to some of your friends, okay? So there's his feet. And we put I cut a little wood bead in half and made his nose. You could use a button. You could use whatever you can find to make his nose. A pencil eraser. You could break that off and stick that on there. It would look cute because it's pink. And made some little jute whiskers. Stuck a little flower up there, and there you go. He would look so cute on tiered trays. You know, tiered trays are all the rage. I may do a live. Somebody's asked me to do a live. I think Lisa asked me to do a live on decorating tiered trays for different seasons. I may very well do that because I like decorating my tiered tray. It's in my kitchen, and I have Easter stuff on it now, and these little guys they're fixing to find their home on that little tray. So I appreciate y'all watching, being patient with me. And if you'll please, like I said, if you will please hit that little button down there by the comment bar and do this with your friends, because I can't say this on a live video on Facebook. They won't let me. So you can send it to your friends, show me some love, and send it to my friends. Send it to your friends. I can't talk. I would really appreciate it. I got lots more ideas. I've already done a craft today that I'm going to do probably on another live. Hopefully this week I'll get it done. So I'm gonna be whipping them out. So send it to your friends. Invite people to come. Just help me build up my page, because I am, like I said, I'm doing this, and this is what I love. This is my happy place to be, is in this room doing my thing. And my husband actually does stuff for me and drills stuff and drills holes. He was cutting something for me today. So I've got lots of stuff coming. So if y'all want to see more, you just you can hit the little thing down there at the bottom. It'll say alert me when Turquoise Valentine goes live, and it will it'll come up on your phone that I'm live, and won't miss anything. But you can go back and watch this video as many times as you want. You can actually send it to friends. You can do whatever. So I would really appreciate if you would do that. Okay. So thank y'all for hopping on and watching. I sure appreciate it. And like I said, I'll see you soon. Good night, everybody.